Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. Welcome to Sunday evening, and I'm your host, Greg Prescott. We're going to be talking about these coronal mass ejections, solar flares, and how it's making you feel. What are the symptoms to look out for? A lot of you have already felt them. And why is this happening? Right? Okay. So there's lots of things we are going to cover. But while people are filing in right now, we're simulcasting on both YouTube and Facebook. So hi to Morejo and Propis on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be doing a spirit chat afterwards on the N5D YouTube channel. So if you're watching on Facebook and you want to join in on the spirit chat, I'll be posting a link. I haven't done that yet. I forgot to post the link. But once this is over, I'll post the link on the Facebook page and my N5D Facebook page and the N5 my personal Facebook page. So if you follow either one, you'll get that. Also, for my Patreon subscribers, I automatically send that out to you guys as well. So anyone subscribed on Patreon, I'll send you guys that link, and you're good to go. So it'll be fun. Hi to everyone that has joined us, Propis and Morejo and School of the Moth. Sarah, my soul sister. Janice. Patricia. Hi, Mom. And Vera. Thank you for joining us here. So real quick, I'm going to do a screen share real quick while people are filing in. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Just so you know. Okay. That one. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. All right. So earlier today, I went to, it's called Spirit Fest here in Sarasota. And it was a weekend-long event, and they had all sorts of vendors and stuff. So I'll just give you a brief taste. You can watch this on my personal Facebook page. There's 2 parts to this as well. So you can check that out. I'll just give you a brief taste of it. But as you can see, there's like all sorts of vendors there and gemstones, crystals, aura readings. I got my aura read there. Tons of readers, and I was looking into perhaps next year, seeing if Allie and I can come. She would plan a vacation for her coming here, where she could do readings, and I could do the T-shirts there. They did have some people selling t-shirts there, but my shirts are completely unique from theirs, and to me it's not even competition. It's kind of like, you know, all the spiritual sites, websites that are out there, we're all in this together. So there's plenty of room for everyone as far as I'm concerned. Wow, lots of people joining in. I'm digging this. We're gonna have a fun evening tonight. We're gonna learn a lot of stuff. Mom says, Psychic Alley, your husband is here. Yeah, she's going to be doing the astrology forecast. So we're kind of like stepping on each other's toes tonight. This is important. I got to get this out there. So about the coronal mass ejections and stuff. So hi to Kat and Kathleen, Jennifer and Janice, Paul Dobry Carey. He was a guest here on In5D YouTube channel. Miss Ann Thorpe, Rachel Lee. Aw, thank you, Moreo. She says, all my tie-dye are from Greg. Awesome. Yeah, what I'm wearing right now, this is called the Awakening Third Eye and Crown. It's because it's got obviously the third eye and crown colors in it. And we have all of our ladies crew neck shirts on sale for 50% off at n5d.net. You can check that out. And also, just real quick, on the N5D BitChute channel, I uploaded a new video there. I'm going to preview a little of it. I probably shouldn't play too much. But this is what it is. And it's as I say down here, it's obviously satire. Enjoy. So.
Donald Trump was spied on by the Clinton campaign. Donald Trump was spied on by the Clinton campaign. Donald Trump was spied on by the Clinton campaign.
What difference at this point does it make?
You know the thing. Rooted on a lie, Hillary the spy. Rooted on a lie, Hillary the spy. Here was the response from Hillary Clinton.
What difference at this point does it make? What difference at this point?
I think that's enough. So, without any further ado, let's move on. We're going to play a short clip from this video, and this is on the Wages World YouTube channel. And he talks about the latest coronal mass ejection.
Minor electron storm has begun this morning on the right. The coronagraph showed the bulk missing the planet, but a minor halo indicates a glancing blow to Earth's magnetic field is likely tomorrow night. We've also got a coronal hole stream on the way before that, so geomagnetic conditions may amplify here at the start of the week. In the articles, let's go first.
So you can see there on that video right here, you can see the coronal mass ejection coming out and going right. This is us, that little yellow circle. There we are. And let's go look at this animation again. And you can see the sun spitting out that coronal mass ejection.
Planet, but a minor halo indicates a glancing blow to Earth's magnetic field is likely.
Yeah, bam, bam. So there's one wave and there's a second following wave right there. So that was pretty impressive. And this is oh, what is it? Oh, this isn't the one I was looking for. I was looking for a different video. I don't have it queued up. But there was a video. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Suspicious Observers there. This one's Wages World. Yeah, my bad. But I don't have this one queued up. I think it's right around here. Okay.
So when we got X-rays already hanging around in bottom C class constantly, that's just a constant X-ray we have hitting our planet all the time right now. It doesn't take much more of a blast to get you up in here. But this one's a little bit special. We get the long duration flares from time to time. And usually when that happens, we do get a radiation storm. And that's what happened here. We actually almost got up into S2 range, which isn't a huge deal. S1 definitely is not a huge deal, but it is showing you that there was a radiation storm. And, we got to talk about that. I mean,
So you can see where that geomagnetic activity is, and you can see where we spiked several times in the M class, in the upper M class, not quite the X class. Let's jump over to space weather real quick. What they're saying is a canyon of fire just opened on the sun. A dark filament of magnetism just whipsawed out of the sun's atmosphere, carving a gigantic canyon of fire. The walls of the canyon are at least 20,000 kilometers high and 10 times as long. Fragments of the magnetic filament may soon emerge from the blast site in the form of an Earth-directed coronal mass ejection. Stay tuned, and meanwhile, watch the movie Solar Flare Alerts. So, I just visited this this evening, so it looks like another one, a CME, is on its way. And they're saying yesterday, April 2nd, departing sunspot AR 2975 exploded, producing a long-duration M4 class solar flare. Although the sunspot was not directly facing Earth, it might have hurled some debris in our direction. And as you could see, you could see the M4 on the previous videos, the documentation on that. And I found this interesting too. The Southern Lights, what you should do when a CME hits the Earth magnetic field, get on a plane, says Ian Griffin. On April 1st, he joined 270 Aurora chasers. How fun does that sound? On a flight toward the South Pole, and this is what they saw. How beautiful is that? I would love to do that sometime, somewhere. Yeah, that's something I definitely want to check out. So I was noticing Allie has a little private group where a lot of us chat on, and I was noticing people were talking about how they feel and what's happening with their bodies right now, because these coronal mass ejections are energy. They're filled with photons, electrons, all sorts of energies being hurled at us from our sun. And it affects us in many different ways that many people aren't even thinking about, in ways that, you might just think, well, gosh, I guess I'm tired, I'll take a nap. It's much more than that. And so we're going to cover, what happens with your physiological symptoms when these coronal mass ejections happen, things that you may be experiencing, and what you can do about it. Just real quick, hi to, and I'm sorry if I had missed anyone, but hi to Rachel Lee. I should do bathing suits, tie-dye bathing suits. That'd be cool. Right. Lana. Suspicious. I love Suspicious Observers. Yeah, Ben does a wonderful job. I've subbed to his channel for years. Yeah. Hey, Rob. Garden Telepathy. Yeah, you guys rock. Thank you for joining me here on this Sunday evening. So we're going to jump into these other articles that are going to help explain what many of you are probably feeling right now and throughout the past few days. Okay. So now let me preface this also by saying yesterday I laid down for a nap. Well, I call it a nap. 6 hours. Yeah, right? 6 hours for a nap. At what point does a nap no longer become a nap and it's just, I'm going to bed? Oh, God, a 6 hour nap. Sounds like something I should have been on the Gilligan's Island song. A 6 hour nap. A 6 hour nap. Some of the younger followers are like, Gilligan, who? What song is that? Anyway, let's move on. Mario says my sound cuts in and out. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's horrible. Is anyone else having sound issues? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna. Blessed by the Best said, I just woke up from an accidental 4 hour nap. Wow. Yeah. Sound is good on no issues for Keisha. Okay, so Marejo, you just might need to reboot. It might be on your end because they're saying both here on YouTube and Facebook the sound is good. So anyway, and thank you for everyone for giving the hearts and thumbing up and sharing this. I appreciate that. And by doing so, you'll be helping other people get an understanding of what's happening right now and what many of us are already feeling. And thank you for the feedback to everyone and on Facebook and YouTube. So continuing on, let me do the screen share. Okay, so we're talking about solar storms and coronal mass ejections, right? So this article is really cool, and it really nails down what we're looking for in answering why we're feeling how we feel. So check this out. Solar storms are known to desynchronize our circadian rhythm, which is the internal biological clock that controls our sleep and wake times. Our pineal glands are affected by this electromagnetic activity and produce an increase in melatonin. Now, did you guys ever take melatonin to help you go to sleep at night? I've got bottles of it where if I really need to go to sleep, melatonin does the job. I'll take like 5 milligrams of that, and within maybe an hour or so, I'm ready to hit the sack. And I usually end up having amazing dreams. But I don't try to take that. I try to go as natural as I can. So, but as you can see, our pineal glands are affected by the electromagnetic energy, and they produce an increase in melatonin. So naturally, what are you going to do when you have an increase in melatonin? You're going to sleep. And this affects some people more than others. And some people, I've got that article, 30 signs that you may be wired differently. And for some people, it may actually do the complete opposite. When we have these coronal mass ejections, they may have like a serious lack of sleep. It may affect them completely in the opposite direction. But for me, yeah, I know when we have a solar flare or coronal mass ejection because I end up sleeping long periods of time. Like I said, a 6-hour nap. So our pineal glands are affected by this electromagnetic activity and produce an increase in melatonin, thus disturbing our sleep and impacting our intuition. Now, I haven't noticed that like if my intuition has been impacted, but I guess if you're sleeping, you have less waking time to be using your intuition, right? So I guess in a roundabout way, perhaps, yeah, it does. We may have enhanced intuition and psychic awareness. So is anyone experiencing that? Enhanced intuition or an increase in your psychic abilities with these electrons and photons bombarding the earth? Let us know in the chat. Or if you're watching this on the recorded version, I'll be uploading this to the YouTube, the N5D YouTube channel probably later on tonight. If you're watching this on the recorded version, leave comments below in the comment section. So, okay, we may have enhanced intuition and psychic awareness. Solar storms are believed to directly impact our nervous system, causing us to feel extra edgy, cautious, and feisty. Feisty? Where's Allie? I'll get feisty. As though we are running on adrenaline in fight or flight mode. So yeah, that's kind of like what I was saying about, it may do the exact opposite. It might give them that feeling like you're running on adrenaline. When these storms occur, we can find ourselves spun out or agitated without knowing why. Anyone feeling that? Spun out, agitated, just sound like a pirate. Arg! Is anyone acting like a pirate? Arg! Just me? Okay. So you can find yourself spun out or agitated without knowing why. Arg! We may also notice that our senses are on high alert. Arg! That our senses, God, someone help me. We may also notice that our senses are on high alert and that everything feels and sounds louder, brighter, stronger, and more vivid than normal. So is anyone feeling that? An increase in sensitivity, right? In a newly published study in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, synchronization of human autonomic nervous system rhythms and geography activity in human subjects. That's one hell of a journal name. Holy shit. It starts here and ends here. That's the journal name. Man, where do they find the ink just to print the title on their pamphlets? But according to that journal, further evidence to the scientific community understanding of how human I'm not sure how to pronounce it, autonomic nervous system. I used to have to know that word in college 20 years ago. Nervous systems respond to environment's influences. In this study, those influences resulted from, among other factors, changes in solar and geomagnetic activity, cosmic rays, and the frequencies known as the Schumann resonance. So I haven't pulled up the Schumann resonance chart yet, and I need to do that. So according to a study published in The New Scientist, that's a lot easier to read. The New Scientist back in 1998, there is a direct connection between the sun's solar storms and human biological effects. The conduit which facilitates the charged particles from the sun to human disturbance is the very same conduit which steers Earth's weather, the magnetic field. Animals and humans have a magnetic field which surrounds them in the very same way the magnetic field surrounds the Earth as a protector. It's interesting that I ended up getting an aura reading done today, of all days, right? From 1948 to 1997, the Institute of North Industrial Ecology Problems in Russia found that geomagnetic activity showed 3 seasonal peaks each of those years, March to May, in July, and in October. Each peak matched an increase in incidence of anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, and suicide in the city of Kirovsk. Forgive me if I'm butchering your city's name. Electromagnetic activity from the sun affects our electric devices and the human electromagnetic field. So I wonder if perhaps maybe that's why you're having an issue, Marejo. If you haven't rebooted it yet, maybe that's affecting your electronic devices, your laptop or cell phone, however you're watching this. We are physically, mentally, and emotionally altered by electromagnetic charges from the sun. Our body can feel sleepy, but also become highly energized. Well, isn't that something? You can get really sleepy and then pop out of bed, apparently, all energized. Psychological effects of CMEs, coronal mass ejections, are typically short-lived and include headache, palpitations, mood swings, and feeling generally unwell. Chaotic or confused thinking and erratic behaviors also increase. Solar storms can drive our emotions and maximize it to both good and bad side. I think they meant to say to both the good and the bad side. The point here is to be aware of it. So the next thing, they just talk about the pineal gland and how that affects the brain. The last one is an article on in5d.com. So it talks about solar activity increasing, how increasing solar activity gives you certain effects and symptoms. So these are some of the common symptoms people experience during solar storms. And comment and let us know if you're feeling any of these. Okay. And I'll leave the screen like it is right now for while I'm reading this. Pressure headaches, or just headaches. Is anyone having maybe migraines, even headaches or migraines? Feeling out of sorts or unbalanced, vertigo. Is anyone experiencing that? Dizzy, vertigo, unbalanced. Flushes. Is your face or parts of your body, have you felt that flushing kind of feeling? Dizziness, nausea, exhaustion, ear ringing. I have that all the time, so I wouldn't know. I have a constant, it's always high-pitched frequencies. And right now, that's the tone I hear right now, whatever note that is. But it does change the notes, and they correspond with various chakras within our body. So I think that that's part of the DNA upgrades, are these high-pitched frequencies and the attuning of our chakras. Is anyone having difficulty focusing? Confusion, foggy mind, or forgetful? You might find yourself temporarily misplacing items. Disturbed sleep patterns. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'd necessarily called it disturbed. That's like, yeah, it sounds pretty negative, doesn't it? Disturbed. Oh, wow. Now I'm thinking of that, the band Disturbed. Oh, look, a butterfly. I'm sorry, I get easily distracted. Disturbed sleep patterns. So I would say, yeah, just changes in your sleep patterns. That's what I would have put, if it were up to me. Actually, it's on my website. I could change that. But changes in your sleep patterns, increases, taking more naps, right? or like I said, I don't know if a 6-hour nap is at that point considered a nap. Even a 4-hour nap, that's like kind of just sleeping. Anxiety, stress, irritability, and sadness. Is anyone experiencing that? Nervousness, worry, fear. Do you have a feeling of being overwhelmed? I think a lot of people have that anyway, just with everything that's going on. But it might be magnified. And we were talking about this earlier. Heightened awareness, enhanced intuition, insights that seem to appear from nowhere. And I guarantee you, wow, what a great time it would be to meditate and get those insights, to tune in, right? Open up that crown chakra and see what kind of messages you can get. Is anyone having difficulty tracking time? Time either feels too slow or at a great speed. I don't wear a watch. I really don't care what time it is. So, yeah, I have a difficulty tracking it because I have no idea what time it is at any given point in time. So you may be noticing synchronicities, like certain number patterns reappearing. And I've had that. No, I mean, most of us have had that, but I have noticed an increase on that. Like I saw earlier today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 111, 444, 555. Premonitions, intense dreams, or nightmares. I had some nightmares the other day, and I don't ever have nightmares. And I thought, well, damn, I need to smudge this place, because you guys know I moved. And I did a brief smudging, but I didn't go wall to wall, coast to coast. And I did that, and my dreams went back to normal. And yeah, but I smudged as much as you could smudge. Every inch of this area has been smudged. Struggles with communication. Now, I had that earlier today when I was doing a live broadcast from the Spirit Fest, and it just cut off. So I had to do a second part of it. But yeah, I had that. Electronic devices messing up. Is anyone experiencing any of these? If you are, leave a comment. Ding. Okay, I gotta mute my cell phone. Okay, so the reason for much of the above is that our personal vibration is on a frequency that is much lower than the vibration of the new energy incoming from the sun and the universe. So these are new energies that are coming in right now. And, like I said, it'd be the ideal time to meditate, get those messages, get those DNA upgrades, right? So when this happens, what can you do? Well, drink plenty of filtered water, or just water. It could, lots of water. Get it running through your system. Take saltwater baths, like Epsom salts. If you have that, or you might want to add in some, baking soda? I always confuse those, baking soda, baking powder. It's the Arm & Hammer one. I have these big 5-pound bags of them. And here, like they're saying, meditate and remain aware of recurring thoughts and feelings. So yeah, be very cognizant. And I know that's difficult to do because many, it depends. There's different kinds of meditations, but I usually just clear my mind of everything. I can meditate on a beach and it's just me during spring break. There could be a gajillion people on the beach, but I can block it all out. but that's when I do get, visions, and I see things, and I tap into the third eye. And so, yeah, recurring thoughts and feelings. You want to avoid caffeine and alcohol. Here's an idea: spend time in nature, right? Ideally, like I was just saying, meditate in nature. Consume high vibrational foods such as fruit and vegetables. Remind yourself that everything in the universe is made up of energy, and that conscious thought and intention can instantly alter how we think and feel. That's true. Breathe deeply. I'm so guilty of this. Sarah knows I'm a shallow breather. I breathe shallow. And it really, I have to consciously, intentionally remind myself to breathe deep. And I got a good, after I had the quadruple bypass open heart surgery, I could hardly breathe at all. Coughing, sneezing, anything was painful. And they give you this, it's called a spirometer, I think. And you blow into it, and there's this, it tracks how much airflow you have. And I got it. I almost maxed it out within several weeks, but it was a lot of work. So it reminded me to breathe deeply. So I've been more conscious of that. So maybe that was one of the lessons I needed to learn through the quadruple bypass. Forgive, release, surrender. Yeah. Surrender is always just know that the universe has your back, that your guides and angels, they got you. Surrender. You'll fall back and they'll catch you and say, okay, what is it I need to do? What messages do I need to hear? Please, universe, I surrender. Let me know. Practice kindness. That's always a good thing. Compassion and acceptance and empathy. So practice all those. Practice kindness, compassion, acceptance, and empathy. And where possible, temporarily disconnect from anything or anyone where the energy is toxic and draining. You know those people, the energy vampires, just sucking that energy. Doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to be good enough, right? I've been around those people. Not good. Yeah. Solar storms offer us the opportunity to receive DNA activations, downloads, and upgrades that come to us from the bright light and energy emanating from the sun. This allows us to actively participate in manifesting what we want to achieve and receive in our lives. So it's essential that we focus with positive intention, especially when dealing with our past or the distant future. So this is an awesome article. It's by Alex Miles. She's fantastic, and I totally resonate with her work. So you can find that on N5D, and I'll post a link right now in both the Facebook and there it is on YouTube, and here it comes on Facebook in a second. Paige, I just saw this on Facebook. Paige said, of all the videos, Greg, you didn't tag me in this one. This is my specialty. You know what? When I said it out, I didn't tag anyone. This has been one of those videos that you guys that have followed me for a while, you know that I just spontaneously do videos sometimes and don't even think about it. So I'm going to scroll back and take a peek at some of the comments. Well, yeah, I missed out on a lot of comments. Lana said I saged after the new moon. Tommy Light, what is normal? Right? Yeah. I mean, normal. I don't think anyone wants to be normal anymore, especially, it's like what you know now. Once you go down that rabbit hole, once you've done all this, inner work and everything like that, do you want to go back? Do you want to be normal, or would you rather just, I think this is the new normal, honestly. I think if you aren't awakened and aware, that's abnormal. If you're, just following the flock and not pushing your spiritual limits, that's abnormal. This is stuff that we do here on Spirit Chat is stuff that should be taught in schools. Articles that like are on the one that you just saw on N5D, stuff like that, man, that should all be in schools. This should be the normal as far as I'm concerned. I want to just remind you guys too that after this, I'll be doing a Spirit Chat on the N5D YouTube channel. So if you're watching on there, just pop back. I'll be putting a link to the Zoom. I hope you guys can join me on Zoom, because I want to hear your stories on how, what you're feeling, how you feel, how these are affecting you as well. And your voice needs to be heard too. So putting it out there, and I hope that you can join us on the N5D Spirit Chat on the YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm hoping to get some meditation in after the Spirit Chat, and I might even do a little meditation beforehand to tap into these photons and electrons and stuff that are coming in, the charged energy particles, the cosmic rays, and all that good stuff. See what I can find out. What is there a message that's coming? Okay, lots of new faces here too, and I'm very grateful that you can that you found a way to tune in here, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. Ray Raw Earth Heart says, I use 3 types of salt in my bath. I think I was a mermaid in my last life. My skin has been super itchy lately. That's interesting. Yeah. Leona said that all of these symptoms resonate with her. Also realized the energies were affecting me, but this makes perfect sense. Thank you, Greg. Blessings from Australia. Glad to see people from all around the world tuned in, because we are just one huge soul family, star family, both soul and star family. And that's obviously one of my major goals with N5D, is bringing all these star families together. And I'm just so grateful that all of you guys have found the time to tune in and be part of this. And I hope that you, like I said, once again, you join us after this on the N5D YouTube channel for a Spirit Chat. Lana said that she's been juicing. You can see how far back I am. I forgot I can do this. I forgot that I can highlight. I do this every time. So glad you're well again. Deep breaths, my loves. Yeah. Thank you. Spirometer. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you, Sarah. She was such a huge, huge, huge help in both my colostomy, reverse colostomy, and after my quadruple bypass. She's just the best person in the world, and one of the most caring and thoughtful and kind people. Just so grateful, that she was there to help me along with all of these things that I've experienced. So thank you, Sarah. I'd like to thank the universe for gentle lessons. Yeah. Thank you. Curious looking inside your voice is so relaxing. Glad you are here. Thank you. Yes, spirit is in your breath. I totally agree. And hi to everyone that's joined us, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Dreams are more vivid since I wear Greg's shirts. And that's true. I mean, if you look at the testimonials on in5d.net, the quantum tie-dye, a lot of people are saying when they wear these shirts to bed, it just incredible dreams. One person had a dream about me. I was in their dream when they wore that to bed, because my energy is on these shirts, obviously. And then you have the energy of the like this particular shirt has the third eye and crown chakra crystals and gemstones in the dye. And then I put some of this, I got a little bag of it, 99.9% quartz crystal sand from the beach. And I put that into the dye, and it supercharges the crystals that are in the dye. And then before I mail them out, I sprinkle more dye or more quartz crystal sand onto the shirts. So I know Maria was saying she was shaking out the shirt to get the sand out of there. It's not a lot that I put in there, but just a little extra energy, and I also do Ho'oponopono on the shirts, and they're loaded with lots of positive energy. So yeah, check them out, in5d.net. And thank you for the comment, Marejo. Oh, I got some new shirts coming out too. I learned a new dye technique, and I can't wait to try that. And there's a new color combination that I want to use, and it's the root chakra red with peach. And I just thought that's gonna look so rockin'. Those two colors together. I think that's, and then I also want to do, I have like the crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra colors as just single color shirts, but I still need to do like the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the root chakra, and the sacral chakra. I still need to do just shirts like that, so I have each chakra color. So if you're feeling like, okay, maybe I need to work on some attunement with my lower chakras or something like that, maybe today might be a red, or, yellow, or, solar plexus, or it depends, so I need to add those, but I got more shirts coming up anyway. Long story short, too late. That was a short story long. Anyway, thank you, Marejo. Rachel says, look at the ghost in my picture. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that would be, ghosts fascinate me. I'm not scared of them, obviously. So with the symptoms, yeah, I've had all these except for one on your ascension symptoms. Yeah. That's from Isabella on Facebook. Totally agree. Yeah. And that goes for some people that, some people are, they kind of like hide their spirituality, and, they're afraid that their family and friends won't understand. It's time. It's time to say, hey, this is me. Come out of the spiritual closet. Right? I mean, I've been this way all my life. I've had like this fascination. I remember as a kid, I bought a book. It was, basically, witchcraft, but it was like Wicca kind of stuff. It wasn't like dark energy stuff or anything like that. I bought it because it had a chapter on astral projection. I thought, how cool would that be? I want to learn that. So I saved up my money and I stuck it. It was like $3-4 cash. And I put cash in an envelope and sent it out. It was during the summer when my parents were at work. I was only like 11, 12 years old. But eventually I got the book. I'd go to the mailbox every morning and check to see if it was there. So, I didn't want my parents to know about it. I was hiding my spirituality back then. But I mean, even at a young age, I knew that this stuff is cool. I really dig this stuff. I knew that I was different than, most of the kids my age that weren't into that kind of stuff, so yeah, I got the book and I never did learn how to astral project. Although back in 2011, I'm laying in my bed. I'm like, okay, today's the day it's going to happen, right? So I'm laying in my bed and I start lifting out of my body and my damn cell phone rang. And right back in I went, and I thought, you know what? I know I can do it now. I know I can do this, but nah. I thought that was a message, and I've got that book by Robert Monroe up there on my shelf somewhere. Was it Journeys Out of the Body or something like that? It's fascinating, because there's different realms in the astral realm that you can go and visit. It's really cool, and you gotta be careful too, but also know that as long as you go in there grounded and centered and protected, you'll be okay. But I thought, okay, well, that was a sign. The cell phone ringing was telling me this isn't something I really need to do. I know I can do it. As far as I got, though, was that far out of my body. That's it. But since then, well, actually before that, I just get messages anyway, and, sometimes I was unintentionally channeling these beings from, what was it? Reticuli. What was that? Something reticuli. And, God, it's been a while. That was back in 2008. I falling asleep, and all of a sudden, before I fell asleep, I started getting this channeling. And I had heard of channeling before, obviously. And I was a little skeptical of it until it actually happened to me. Then I'm like, oh, this is real. There are some channelers though that, and I'm not going to name names. That's not my style, but there are some that I think are full of it. Not a lot, some, but it's real. It is real. Zeta Reticuli, that was the system that they said, and it was like quadrant Z, I think they said, or quadrant X. I forgot. I wrote it down. This was back in 2008. I don't know if anyone else has channeled beings from Zeta Reticuli, but this is how they sound. It sounds like a male and a female voice layered on top of one another, and it's all telepathic. It's like two voices talking at the same time, and as you're thinking of the question you want to ask them, they're already answering the question. Like when I was asking them, how is this possible that we're having this? As soon as I thought of the how, they're already answering. It's real. But I thought, once again, I think there's something much more that I need to be doing instead of going to the middleman. I'm going directly to source. That's what I said. So I ended that communication with them. And I said, that's it. I just want to go. I just want my messages directly from source. And it was after that I got that galactic download, which ended up me building in 5D. I was given that name in 5D through this download. So, and I think that it goes out there to a lot of people. When these downloads, somebody else could have had the same download. I think they've proven this, that, for example, when the light bulb was invented, numerous other people all around the world had the same idea. They got the same download. And there were other people, I guarantee that, probably had this download. And I don't know if they got as far as the N5D with Creator Source Universe giving them. I didn't come up with that name. That was given to me. And it's brilliant because it's only like 4 characters. It's easy to remember. But yeah, that was part of the download. And they said, "Oh, you're going to be doing lots of public speaking and radio shows and stuff like that." I go, "No, you got the wrong person. I'm an introvert." They go, "No, you're it." So here I am doing shows like this. But it's easy because, it's just me and a computer. I know there's a lot of people out there that are watching, and I love you guys. You guys rock. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Anyone can do this. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up there. There's a ton of messages I wasn't able to see, but I want to thank everyone that joined us here for the live version of this, whether you're in the live chat on YouTube or on Facebook, or even if you're watching this on the recorded version, be sure to check out Spirit Chat. I'll be posting the link shortly to join us on Zoom for this Spirit Chat. So you guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say about how you're feeling and all the symptoms that are going on, how you're dealing with it. If there may be some ways that, that we didn't talk about, maybe you could share them with us as well. So I'll be putting that link on my personal page on Facebook, as well as on the N5D page. Zentasia, I have a fan page also on Facebook, and I'll try to put it on Gab and Telegram, and definitely everybody that's a Patreon follower, you'll get that. So if no one else has told you this yet today, please allow me to be the first. You are loved. You're appreciated. Thank you for your service to humanity. I'll see you guys shortly on Spirit Chat on the N5D YouTube channel. Until the next time, I'm Greg Prescott from N5D.com and N5D.net, sending you all infinite love and light. Namaste.